Alright, so today on Repairs 101 I've got this great project for anyone over the age of about 9 years old. Anyone who can tie a knot and who can drive a nail into a piece of wood with a hammer can make their own diddly bow. And the beauty of it is they can make it with no budget at all, no money. Yeah, you can spend some money and make it fancy, or you can make it just with junk that you find laying around in the streets or the garage or the dump.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a board. I chose this big heavy piece of fence post because of its acoustical qualities. So I started scraping it down and cleaning it up and stripping off the pieces I don't need and pulling out the nails. Then I squared up the ends and cut them off to 36 inches. So I picked this side of it as the face of the instrument because of its wood grain pattern. So you're going to need some nails or possibly some screw hooks. Maybe the hard part for you will be finding a piece of wire. Okay, I got an old guitar string here I'm going to use, some baling wire, some picture framing wire. Although the traditional method is to take the baling wire off of a broom. Something soft like this copper wire won't work for you, it'll just stretch until it breaks. Tie the wire down at either end or both ends using a backhand hitch. Go around the nail, pass it under itself, cross over back around the nail, and secure it with 2 half hitches. Then you're going to need a thick-walled glass bottle or a metal box of some kind to use as a resonator. And diddly bows are generally played with a stick, like a percussion instrument. Well, it sounded okay, but I thought I could do better, so I measured up my guitar and carved a little platform off the end of the diddly bow. And I was able to pick up this tensioner for just $5. So for the nut of the diddly bow, you can use just about anything, a piece of antler or bone or a bottle cap or a rock or a shell or really whatever. Then I threaded a piece of picture framing wire through an old guitar string just to make it long enough to fit the bow. So I marked the halfway point to represent the 12th fret of a guitar. A quarter of the way between the nut and the bridge is the 5th fret. And a third of the way between the nut and the bridge is the 7th fret.